All right, so this is the third part of a three-part tutorial where we took a block, brought it into ZBrush, did a little sculpting on it. Now we're going to make textures for it. So I'm going to do File, New. Now I'm going to select my block, low poly, and say OK. So there's my low poly model, and here's its texture. So as always, I'm going to come here to Texture Set Settings and do Bake Mesh Maps. And I'm just going to come in and select my high poly and say Open. I'm going to increase the max front, oops, and the max rear, and just say Bake. So now it's going to go through, it's going to bake out all that high poly detail and create textures for my model here. And it's probably going to take a little bit because it's a complicated model, right? There's a lot more polygons happening there. So you can see now all of that beautiful surface detail that we sculpted on our model is now showing up right here inside a Substance Painter. Okay, so as this finishes up, all right, there we go. So now there's our block. And what we're going to do is over here on the side, we're just going to grab a material and throw it on there. Here we go, Concrete Dirty. So the combination of that, along with what we had sculpted, comes out looking pretty good. Now there's other options, right? I got some smart materials here. I think I have a, let's see, I think I actually have a one that I had downloaded that was a, I'm going to take a quick look here. Stylized Rocks. Let's put that on. Hey, check it out. So there's my stylized rock showing up right on top of there. I'm just a little bit curious to see if I increase my max rear distance to 1. I'm going to set my max front to 0.1. Let's bake that out. Let's see if that brings in any more detail. I doubt it's going to make much of a difference, but so as far as examples go, the block, carving the block, chiseling the block, you know, it's a very simple introduction to it, and it really doesn't do justice to what is an amazing and incredible program and everything that you can do inside of it, right? But this gives you some sort of sense of what you're able to do with it. This is probably a pretty lame texture example. Let's throw the stone on there. All right, that's pretty lame too. All right, well, you'll go through and find a good material. I mean, maybe I will stick with the stylized rocks and maybe throw a secondary one on top of it, like this stylized brown rock. Hey, look at that. He's kind of interesting. What if we set an overlay on top of him? Ooh, look at that. It's like a shiny red rock. Okay, so we could export our textures, but there's the basics of working kind of with ZBrush, how you can take a model, sculpt on top of it. Now you could take other objects and you could go through and kind of ding them up inside of there. So that's just the tip of the iceberg.